Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Welcome home again to our affordable housing story here in Mashpee on Cape Cod. Today we're putting in a precast cement stair system that goes into the basement in the house, and also a different type of bulkhead door. We're also installing the infiltrator septic system in the back of the house, and we're going to show you some new techniques for painting. Stick around. It's good to have you home again. Okay, I'm coming out of my newly installed PermEntry, and it's a little bit, well, it's close to Halloween, but it does seem like we're coming from the crypt. This is a precast concrete system that is put in and attached directly to the foundation. We got together a few days ago with Gary Lefebvre, who's been installing them around here for quite a long time, and Barry Worthington, who explained the process to me. But before we look at that, this is what really impressed me. These doors are a new alternative to the traditional steel door, which, sturdy as it is, and you know, it's a wonderful improvement over a wooden bulkhead. Steel does have to get repainted every couple of years because it will rust. And this is a new type of product that is just coming on the market, and it has a long life expectancy. The parts that count are steel, and you know, the security is still there, but from the point of view of the surface itself, it's a new polymer material, and it's extremely sturdy because of all this ribbing that's put into it. And anyway, let's take a look at the work that was being done last week. Now, why didn't he drill all the way through, Barry?
And so we can use the jig to get a flat surface for the washer to sit on the inside.
So if he had drilled with a hammer, he'd have kind of like a broken end on the inside. It wouldn't be flat.
Exactly. It would be a scallop on the inside. Then the washer would sit in that hole, and it would get sucked into it by the weight of the casting.
And why is that a problem?
Well, you don't want the seal to break. You want to keep that nice and tight. If that bulkhead starts to pull away from the wall, the sealant will get pulled apart, so you can end up with water coming through.
All right, well, let's get closer in, Barry. Here we have our precast set of cellar stairs. And what has to be done before we can hoist it up and put it into place?
Well, he's putting in a steel threaded rod now. That's to go through the holes for the nut and washer to bolt it down to the wall. He'll measure each one off so that it's the length of the wall plus approximately an inch. Cut them off with his blade.
Well, how long have they been making precast cellar stairs like these?
We've been franchised for over 30 years.
Really?
Yeah. We're franchised through the BILCO company.
Yep.
We install about 800 last year. We've been averaging somewhere between 1,000 and 800 for the last 8 to 10 years.
Now, what's this step?
This is the primer. The primer that's used to stick for the butyl resin. This goes on the casting. It goes all the way down. It'll go across the bottom approximately 2 inches, and then it goes on the concrete wall of the foundation and across the floor facing as well.
So basically it's a catalyst.
Yes. Yeah. It gels the edges of the butyl so that it sticks as well as a compression seal.
So what is this step?
This is the butyl resin. This is the sealant that goes between the casting and the wall.
Oh, I expected it would come out of a tube or something.
Yeah. As you tighten up the bolts, it compresses it.
Yes.
And that's what gives you your bond. It fills in all your little gaps and crevices. Before we drill the wall, we check the wall to make sure that it's flat. If there's any bows in it, we know where the bow is. We add a little bit of tar to the area where, you know, it's going to be a little bit thinner, and so we can get a good seal. It's important to get this sealed up properly, and then make sure you get proper drainage and make sure that the area sheds water away from the building.
That's always important.
Yeah.
All right, now it says on the side of this that it weighs 6,500 pounds, but what can you tell us about the actual concrete?
The concrete, it's steel reinforced 5,000 PSI concrete. Because of the density of the concrete, you don't have to waterproof it like you do the foundation.
Yeah, what's the PSI of the average foundation?
Between 3,000 and 3,500,
yeah,
depending upon the mix. Hang on a second. Go ahead. You're in all four. This is why we want that flat surface, so that this isn't sitting in that scallop hole.
Exactly.
Okay, it's snug at the top. You want to let it down a little bit?
All right, and that's all there is to it, right, Barry?
Yep.
Well, thanks very much. We're
Thank
going to
you.
go over to one of the other cellars to see how they actually install the BILCO door.
Thank you.
All right, Roger, Joyce is here from BILCO, and steel. How are you?
Great.
Steel bulkhead doors have been around for 75 years, I hear.
That's correct.
So now you got something new that's coming in a few months.
Yeah, we do. We designed this product to be low in maintenance, which is very important to today's homeowner.
Sure.
The steel door has been great in service, but people just don't like to scrape and prime and repaint.
Yeah, you got to repaint steel.
That's correct.
So let's look at what you've got. The doors are actually in the box, and our friend Bob has already put in the side panels and stuff, right?
Yes, the sides are in place. They're anchored in the extension piece, and he is ready to install the door leaves.
The actual door leaves.
And here's an example of a leaf.
Is this the one you need? Yes. Okay, here we go. They don't weigh much.
They're quite light. This is high-density polyethylene material. And you can see on the underside, extensive ribbing has been designed into the product for stiffness.
For stiffness.
So that this product is as stiff as a steel product.
What about keeping the cold out?
This has insulating airspace inside, which helps in that regard.
Okay.
It reduces condensation also.
And reduces the condensation.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Now, is the cost going to be comparable to the steel?
This will be a bit more because of the cost of resin, but we see this as a premium product on a home where the homeowner is very interested in low maintenance and is willing to pay a premium to achieve that.
Great. Well, let's take a look at how it's coming together. Okay. So what seems to be really impressive is the ease of installation. This is a real kind of do-it-yourselfer's project, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The hardware is easily installed, as you can see Bob is handling. And there are molded in sections here on the door for receiving the hardware so that you can't misplace hardware.
Right. All of these are pre-positioned.
Yes, they are. These are set at the factory.
You ready, Bob?
Yes,
Got to move these planks out of his way.
Move them on this side.
There we go.
Good.
Need to get our backhoe in here. How waterproof will it be?
Very waterproof. Matter of fact, all of the components are molded such that it directs rainwater away from the opening.
Like that piece above there, above the header.
Yeah, that header there is designed to shed the water over the side piece. It cannot come into the opening.
Okay, let's pull these planks out of Bob's way so that we can close things up and see how they fit. One overlaps the other, right?
That's correct. You see the deep channel down the center to bring rainwater to the front,
That's great.
and there it is.
Thanks, Roger.
Thanks, Bob.
All right.